unusually managed to get outside. It feels good, I'm not gonna lie. How you all doing today? So we've come to Shibden Park. Nice place, fairly close to us. I've never actually been, I don't recall being. Probably when I was a kid with the parents, but certainly not in my adult life. Little one seems to be enjoying it, so that's good. Hopefully the vitamin D is going to do the trick and really help me not be such a miserable git, which I've been for the past few days. Yeah, I feel like I've been on a bit of a downer for the most part, but you know, I got some hobbying last night. I'm going to be doing some more hobbying today, I hope. Although, I can't count. I needed 5 of something and I only have 4, which is highly annoying. And I can't get my hands on another one without buying 10 of them, so it's going to be eBay for that one for me, I think. But it's not too much of a trouble, is it? Let's face it, there's worse things that could happen. But yeah, so the last few videos have done pretty well, which is interesting because it started off when I started doing these, 60 odd days ago, 64, 65 days ago, where the majority of people were just my friends watching them, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. In fact, I'm not making them for anybody, so I don't really care if anybody watches them or not, but that's been quite nice to, especially to get feedback from people and comments that I don't actually know. So that's a positive one. Hello, if I don't know you. It's good to meet you all. I hope you're all well and get an insight into my life, my journey, what it is. So what I'm going to talk about today is gas. I've talked about it a little bit before. I'm going to talk about it again. So gear acquisition syndrome, it's a thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing, sometimes it's a good thing. What do I mean by that? Well, that's a good question. Let me explain. I was hard sold on the definite bit of next equipment that I wanted, that I needed to progress, to do my thing, to elevate myself to the next level and all of this stuff. And I couldn't get it because I couldn't afford it. Now, it turns out that has been somewhat of a blessing in disguise. The reason being, it wasn't the right bit of equipment for me. And the one that I wanted is actually cheaper than the one that I'm going to get. But the reason this is good is sometimes, you know, we get caught up into this fallacy of we need another bit of equipment to make us better photographers, better developers, better whatever it is. And that's not necessarily the case. Now, in this instance, the thing that I was going to get would not have really pushed me outside of my comfort zone. And that's the thing that lets you progress at something. Yes, it can be daunting, it's intimidating. You know, sometimes it's just full on scary to want to push yourself past where you feel comfortable into doing something new, different, exciting. But that's what I want to do. I'm not going to be able to do that if I go with the product that I was going to buy. It's just going to let me do the same thing with slightly higher fidelity, but it's not really going to help me to do anything greater than what I've already done, which is kind of not the point in doing the entire thing, is it? Let's face it. And it's exactly the same thing in the gym. If you don't constantly push yourself, if you're not constantly pushing those boundaries, then you never really have the ability to progress and outdo yourself and take yourself to that next level where you know you can get there. You just need that push, that leap of faith. And that's what this is. And even though some of the things that I've done, not necessarily on this channel, but over on my other hobby channel and professionally, I've certainly developed to the point where I'm comfortable doing a lot of things now. Even this wandering around, talking to you guys quite candidly, out in the open now. Granted, there's not loads of people around here, but I'm way more comfortable doing that than I was before. And it wasn't unless I had this this particular piece of equipment, this DJI Pocket 3, that I would have been able to do that and practice that and put those reps in to get to that point where I was comfortable with it. You see what I'm saying? So GAS, this gear acquisition syndrome, sometimes it's a little bit daunting. Sometimes you end up with stuff that you don't need because you get caught up into that FOMO, the fear of missing out idea of you need every little bit of equipment to get to that next level, where you don't. But sometimes finding some of the equipment that you do need or you can utilize, that you are going to make complete use of inside of your workflow, whatever that may be, can be a good thing. And sometimes not being able to get the bit of equipment that you want at the time that you want it is also good. So that's the moral of this story. And today's learnings is having stuff is good. Getting the next latest thing can sometimes be good, but it's not the be all and end all. And sometimes if you can't have it, you can't afford it, you can't get what you want when you need it, it helps you to decide that, you know what, I need to take a better look at what it is that I'm wanting to achieve, and maybe that thing that you do want isn't the thing that you actually want, it's something else. And that's it from me today. I'm going to carry on getting some footage, and I'm going to edit together. It may be over the top of this, it may be at the end of this, I don't know, but I'm going to have a play today. So yeah, probably back at home tomorrow for the next one, but we'll see how it goes. If you enjoyed this, let me know down in the comments, subscribe and all that stuff if you want to. Follow me over on my other channel, Forge of Solace. If you're into Warhammer, that's great. Be sure to subscribe to my other channel, which has got nothing on it at the moment, Yorkshire Tales, where I'll be doing stuff like this, but more well produced out and about when I get that new camera perhaps, or more just in the short term. Right, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to carry on, be happy and go and get some coffee because I'm bloody freezing. Have a good one.